Good morning, Cedar Park. Today is Monday, May 8th, 2023, and it's a B-Day.
First up, we'll look at DECA's accomplishments at the Worlds competition and find out what voters had to say about LISD's bond propositions.
And a new sports report and scholarship of the week, plus find out this morning's headlines in today's brief with Lulu Lynch.
Turn it up because the Wolfcast starts now. Good morning, Cedar Park, and welcome back. I'm Reagan Hill, and I'm here this morning with Jack Paulshook and Katie Whitmarsh.
Here at CPHS, our DECA team is known primarily for their business education and intellect. Taking this into account, it makes total sense that there's an entire conference dedicated to these qualities.
With more on DECA and this major event, reporter Ryan Kelly joins us now.
Thanks, Katie. It's that time of year again for our DECA students to head to Orlando, and I spoke to members and their teacher to find out how things went. Starting off with our main event, the DECA ICDC, also known as DECA Worlds, is the culmination of the DECA year, with more than 20,000 high school students attending. All things business meet there, allowing for our team to learn even more and show off their own knowledge while they're at it. For some grounded answers, Mrs. Stapleton speaks out about the event and details of the team.
So we call it internationals, and this is where we've got students who qualify, they compete at district, to qualify to compete at state, and at state, if they get the coveted ICDC glass, that means they get to go to internationals. And it's not just the United States, we've got Canada and usually somewhere between a dozen countries outside of the United States represented there.
Mrs. Stapleton went on to explain the DECA's role and our own DECA team attending the event. The team had made it safely to Orlando shortly thereafter and went on to place high in the festivities. To further iterate DECA's role, Pablo Cantu tells us the details.
So it's pretty much a club where very smart people and just go there and hang out, but not only hang out, they can share ideas, be creative with each other, they can actually go and compete eventually. They work with marketing strategies, they're entrepreneurs in of itself, they make business ideas, they go and compete, and whoever just makes the best idea out of the rest of them is gonna win. Recently, our DECA team from the school actually won first place.
Pablo explained that the DECA team was hard at work and was well deserving of their first place award. We're grateful to have such talent here at CPHS, and we hope to see our DECA friends continue to grow. For details on the DECA organization, go to DECA.org, and to join, ask Ms. Stapleton and your counselors for options. Congrats to our DECA team for all their hard work and dedication this school year.
Thanks, Ryan. The DECA Worlds event is a big deal for our DECA students.
Leander ISD had the 2023 bond voting election this past Saturday, May 6th, and we took a closer look into the results. Leander ISD has been working on passing certain bonds which would improve school life for future generations. Proposition A had worked to improve school security and general safety all across schools, and 62.04% of voters had agreed to it. Proposition B had worked to improve school technology and fast connecting Wi-Fi, which received 64.43% of voters in agreement. Finally, Proposition C had worked on renovating and rejuvenating school campuses, which received 60.52% of voters in agreement. With the majority of voters considering these changes to be a positive adaptation to these schools, officials remain undetermined on the final decisions.
We have to make definitive decisions and then stick to those. And the bond election is one of those decision points where the community will have to say, yes, we authorize this additional debt in the district in order to accomplish these projects, or no, we don't.
Even with these positive results, the results are considered unofficial until the LISD Board of Trustees release the final votes provided for counties on May 16th. Stay tuned for the updates.
P&G is wrapping up their shows for this school year. Penguin National Guard is a theater improv group of about 15 members who puts on a show once a month where they perform improv games. Their performances include a lot of audience interactions and has the crowds roaring with laughter. Their last show is being held soon, and the members are meeting twice a week during Den to practice their games that they will be performing. Since this is his last theater performance in high school, senior Ben McDonald shares his experience with P&G.
I was asked to audition last year because they lost a lot of people because of COVID, and so I was asked to audition for it, and I did, and I got in, and I really was scared at first because I didn't consider myself very good at improv. But with enough practice and with being forced to perform in front of other people, I got a lot better at it. And this year I'm one of the captains, and so I kind of have to be good at it, right, to like help teach new people. And it's just super fun being able to, it's a unique form of theater, and you can just have a lot of fun and be silly with your friends, and you don't have to, focus too much on trying to convey a character or a story. It's about having a good time, getting the audience to laugh.
P&G's last show is on May 16th. Make sure to come out and support the theater department.
Up next is this morning's brief of Lulu Lynch, but first, these announcements.
Welcome back. I'm Lulu Lynch with this morning's top headlines in today's brief. First, World Health Organization has declared the COVID emergency over. The emergency declaration has originally went into place in January of 2020. This means that COVID is no longer a global public health emergency. This allows countries to go from emergency mode to being able to manage COVID-19 alongside with other diseases. Next, police are investigating after multiple horses died at Churchill Downs leading up to the 149th Kentucky Derby. A total of 7 horses were killed leading up to the final race. The Derby this weekend causing outrage from animal rights activists. This adds to continued scandals that have faced the long tradition of the Kentucky Derby, in which critics say the horses are not properly cared for. This year's Derby was won by Javier Castellano and his horse Mage, who ran 1.25 miles in 2 minutes and 1 second. Lastly, a California homeowner came face-to-face with a coyote that entered through their doggy door. This owner also had a cat that witnessed the coyote. The incident took place at 4 a.m. when Roy Shashan awoke to the sound of the doggy door opening, but then realized that the 2 dogs were inside. When he knew what was happening, Roy went down the hall to confront the situation, but the coyote had left the way he came. Luckily, no one was hurt and everyone was okay. So, what do we think about that?
I have a doggy door at my house, and we have like woods all behind us. We've seen coyotes before. Imagine just like having that actually in your house.
I know.
That is terrifying.
I know. That's why you lock your doggy door, guys. Like,
you can lock your doggy door?
Yeah, you can lock the doggy door.
Oh, like the thing you put inside it? Like
Do you not?
No.
That's terrible. See, that's how that happens.
Reagan, that's how people break into your house.
Okay, but it's like
small.
like
a
baby
every
door.
typical
I feel like that's nobody goes through the doggy door.
Totally
That's
good. You unlock the door. It's a way in.
You're like on some Home Alone stuff right now.
I think
like what?
Okay, but when it happens to you, just know I told you so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. If you say so, Katie.
All right, thanks, Lulu. Up next is your Scholarship of the Week with Millie Suarez.
Thanks, Jack. I'm Millie Suarez, and this week's scholarship is the AGL Over the Rainbow Scholarship. This scholarship is for senior students. The scholarship is worth $1,000 and will be awarded based on being dedicated to fine arts and looking to continue your education at a college level. To be eligible for the scholarship, you must submit a 3-minute short video or sample of any performances or artwork you want to highlight. Also, a resume of your musical, theater, art, or choir backgrounds, up to 3 reference letters, and a copy of the acceptance letter from the college you will attend. The deadline to submit an entry is May 15th. That's all I have for you today. For more information, you can check out their website, scholarships.com. With CPHS News, I'm Millie Suarez. Up next, Katie and Reed have your Monday Sports Report.
Welcome back to the Wolfcast Sports Report. I'm Katie Whitmarsh.
And I'm Reed Cummins.
And some exciting news for the Cedar Park baseball team. After beating Tivy on Saturday, the boys are now by-district champions.
Congrats to the team, and we're ready for the next round. This weekend we play Medina Valley in round 3 of the playoffs. Good luck, boys.
And some more big events in Cedar Park sports this week. Those who qualified for the UIL state track meet will be running this Friday.
The girls 4x4 team, Jackson Plunkett in the 300-meter hurdles and Amani Graham in the 300 and 100-meter hurdles, will all be heading down to the Mike A. Myers track on UT's campus for a chance to win state. Good luck to all of our runners.
And that's all we have for you today with CPHS News. I'm Katie Whitmarsh.
And I'm Reed Cummins. Back to y'all at the desk.
And that's all we have for you today. Thank you for taking time to join us during your den. You can catch anything you missed and more on our Twitter or YouTube at CPHS News.
You can also follow our dedicated sports Twitter at CPHS_sports for updates during the games. Catch tomorrow's show for a look at graduation and band's theme reveal for next year's show.
With CPHS News, I'm Reagan Hill.
And I'm Jack Polishuk. Remember to make it a great day or not, the choice is yours.